What's going on, gang? It's Nico with Blue Blog here on YouTube and on Instagram as well. And we get a win! Say yay for win, Dokes. Yay! Oh. So Blues win this one 1-0. Honestly, though, it was a very boring score. It was an insanely fun game. Starting right off the bat, I didn't think there was too much going on. I felt like it was a little bit more leaning towards the Islanders at the start, and the Blues were a little slow to get going, but the Blues showed some speed right off the bat and a little bit of battle. You could tell that they're kind of in this one to win it, and they're kind of locked in, as what some might say. But first period's going pretty well. Islanders kind of come down. They're playing solid at first, and then there was one shift which I think completely changed the momentum too for the St. Louis Blues for the rest of the game. I think it was a shift from the second or third line where they just kept the puck in the offensive zone for minute 30. Minute 45, it was Kessel and Pierre-Olivier Joseph on the point. And I think it was second line because I swear Neighbors was out there. But anyways, this line just kept it in, getting to the point shot in, tried to get a shot off the rebound. This is a sequence of maybe 4 or 5 shots. Plenty of blocks, too. Pierre-Olivier Joseph had like 3 shots that one shift, and I'm pretty sure all of them were blocked. But first period ends 0-0. My initial thoughts were Hofer's playing good, Sorokin's playing good. Both goalies are having a great time seeing the puck. I thought the Parayko-Suter pairing was doing very excellent. Falk and Broberg continued to be outstanding. And Pierre-Olivier Joseph and Matthew Kessel surprisingly did insanely well. I wouldn't be opposed to keeping these pairings for the rest of the season. That just is kind of a thumbs down, though, to Nick Leddy, who clearly I voiced my frustration for last game, and Scott Perunovich, but I don't know where to slot Scott Perunovich right now. I think offensively he's insanely talented and gifted. I would love to see him go to a team that's kind of looking to do something in the young gun department. Like, it's going to suck to say, but maybe like Chicago would be kind of cool. Anaheim, San Jose, just a bunch of bottom feeder teams that, maybe even Buffalo, but bottom feeder teams that, aren't going to get anything going. They're struggling. Maybe take a shot at a young guy like Perunovich, who is, I think, has the potential to be a very good defenseman in the NHL, especially offensively. I think our power play has been kind of struggling a little bit without Torrey Krug, and I think Perunovich would be a great substitute. But I do like Falk's shot ability from the point too. I think he's got an absolute piss missile, and then sometimes he could let that rip and it goes our way. But second period comes along and it's honestly more the same stuff. I think the St. Louis Blues had a little bit more to them this period, and honestly for the rest of the game too. Kyrou looked really good. He looked aggressive. Robert Thomas looked pretty good too. I think all 4 lines played fantastic. I don't even think there was a negative I could say about this game at all. Not a lot of mistakes happening. If there were any, Hofer stood insanely strong. Hofer made a couple great saves. Sorokin made a couple of great saves. And honestly, the second period is mostly the same. And then third period comes around, and it's the same. Second and third period felt more like rush chances, and then a little bit of chaos that turned into scoring chances with big saves from the goaltender. Jake Neighbors almost had his first on the backhand in front of the net in one of those periods. But Sorokin made a great stop with the stick. And Joe Hofer, I didn't get to see replays of it to see the full thing, but Joe Hofer was out there a couple times flopping around, keeping the puck out of the net as well. So both goalies were doing the thing, big goalie battle. And it was great. But again, rush chances, it felt like with chaos that turned into maybe something. Then eventually it goes into overtime, and the Blues get possession first. They come down, they take a shot. Shot. The Islanders come down, they get a shot, Hofer holds it, and then, back and forth again. Islanders come down again, Hofer makes another good save, he drops the puck. Blues take control, they go all the way down, and the line is tired. They make a change. Buchnevich sends it back to Hofer. Hofer actually sends this pass off the boards to Philip Broberg, and Broberg is taking his sweet ass time across the blue line, giving Jake Neighbors a lane, making that defenseman come in towards Broberg, giving Neighbors a lane to go straight to the net. Broberg just gives a nice little sauce over, and the Neighbors, all he needs to do is just one little redirection going to the bottom left pocket to seal this game up for a 1-0 victory. That is Jake Neighbors' first of the year, too, and Joel Hofer's first shutout of the year. Again, Hofer was fantastic. I think he stopped 34 shots, a 34 save shutout. Pretty damn good from the 24-year-old. I'm nearly the same age as him. What am I doing? Right? It's crazy. But Hofer played great. Jake Neighbors with his first of the year, which is huge. And Philip Broberg, how about that offer sheet from Doug Armstrong, huh? He goes out to Edmonton, says, hey, I'm going to take Dylan Holloway, who's looked fantastic, and I'm going to take Philip Broberg from you. And people are saying, oh, we're paying Philip Broberg too much, yada, yada, blah, 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 whatever. Philip Broberg has a point in every single one of the games he's played in so far this year. Him and Falk have been a great duo. I'd love to keep them together, and I wouldn't switch either one out for anybody. I don't care. I seriously don't want Broberg. I think I voiced this last game too. I don't want Broberg with Parayko. I'd rather keep him with Falk. It's working. Keep that together. You could even play them against, the tougher lines too. And maybe they could hold their own. But we'll just have to wait and see. We have a tough matchup coming up on Saturday against the Hurricanes. So that's going to be a good game. That's a hard forechecking, hard-working team by Rod Brindamore there. I like St. Louis Blue as well. So, I did post on Instagram saying, give me the thoughts. That was about 30 minutes ago, so there probably aren't too many little responses from there, but we might as well just take a quick look. There might be 3, maybe, if it wants to load. Is it not loading? Here we go. So I got 3 responses. 3 responses. This is my boy, Mr. Treadway. Can we not play Letty anymore or run the same DS tonight? Yeah, that would be, honestly, probably preferred, not going to lie. Nick Letty. He could still play in the NHL, clearly. He has plenty of value in the National Hockey League. It's just way too many turnovers in the D zone. That could be us not helping him out in the D zone too, but I just feel like Letty has been a reoccurring issue with the defensive zone turnovers, but there's been plenty of times where his skating makes up for that, and the way he skates out of pressure. It's kind of like Philip Broberg. Philip Broberg so far has been doing everything perfectly, and Justin Falk has been a perfect counterpart for him to be able to not make any mistakes, skate the puck up whenever he likes, get, relief pressure. And there's a kitty on my back. And Nick Letty just still sometimes makes huge mistakes, and it's costly, especially with last game. I mean, you could see he's puck watching. I'm not even going to talk about the puck watching one, but getting out of the D zone. I mean, a pass straight to the Wild and comes back down and they score. And that was their third goal to start the third period too. So, I mean, we've kind of known that it's been a reoccurring issue with Letty. It's just been, I feel like, exponentially worse this year. And I mean, we're paying him good money, so I hope he can kind of step it up. Clearly, this is a different person doing this video because last game I was pissed. But obviously, I'm cooled off, and it's a win, so we're good. Jameson G35 said playoffs with a question mark. That's a tough task. St. Louis Blues are pretty good. Defensively are better. Goaltending, as of tonight, was great with Joel Hofer. Bennington, I still think, is a little bit of a question mark. I would love to see a couple more good games in his pocket, but Hofer had a good game tonight. And our offense really needs to step it up if we need to make playoffs. A 1-0 victory against the New York Islanders. It's not going to cut it. It's just the Islanders are an okay team. They're nothing fancy. I'd put them in the same boat as us. They have a great goalie that kind of bails them out like tonight. Like their goalie played great. Offense is for them. They have talent, just nothing coming through, no production. And I'd love to see the St. Louis Blues try and find that production. And when they do, playoffs will be coming. Though the St. Louis Blues right now are in a playoff spot, that's not going to last forever with the Nashville Predators, Colorado Avalanche, and a bunch of other teams that are, winless. A bunch of good teams that are normally in playoffs. A bunch of good teams who are considered contenders who haven't won a game yet this year. But after watching Colorado's game last night, they're up and coming. They're about to blow up. They almost did last night against Boston. They went in early. Defense was a joke, and then they just said, "I'm tired. Let's wake up." And then they woke up, but it just wasn't enough. It was too late. But the Avalanche will be coming soon, which is going to be tough. Tough task for us, but we need to kind of get going now. And then Mark Smokes Cigar says, "Where's our offense?" Non-existent right now. Like the Iceman 1727 said, as like a comment on my post, Broberg gets better every game. Holloway showed some excellent speed. We still need more. We still need to find some offense. Team speed is better. Just be like outchanced and not hustled. I don't think we're being outchanced, especially after this game, but the team speed has drastically improved, which I think it's just going to be a whole matter of identity. They're going to have to find that identity still. I think they're working pretty well together. I see a bunch of mishaps with the puck. When Texier comes back, I think it's going to get it a lot better for us. Brandon Saad right now in the first line, I don't think is going to do it because it's pretty much a Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou show in the first line, which both of them played great. I think Kyrou had maybe 6 shots on goal. That was probably like plus 450 too, which is crazy. But it's just give it time, and they'll probably figure it out. I think Mateo Joseph should be a guy we could put on the first line. I know I've been pretty much sucking him off since game 1 of the season, but he looks so good. He's so fast. He's so forechecky. He's so big. He's a hard worker. He's just straight up a hard worker and does not make mistakes. There's one time where I saw him. He gets this puck. He comes back around. He notices that there's a bunch of pressure all around him. What does he do? He just dumps the puck in, and he just goes right after it. Only him. He's like a one-man army right there. He's a tank. Absolutely love him. Love him. So I would love to see Joseph play on that first line on the wing with Kyrou and Thomas. I think that might cause a little something. Or try and get Buchnevich, Thomas, and Kyrou back together. Buchnevich at center is pretty good. He's pretty good. I would love to kind of get the star power in front going for us, though. That's a big thing. Like, not having those three together has been a little bit rough, I feel like, offensively. Because, I mean, I would love to get something going. And then for the rest of the lines, like, I don't know. You could throw Holloway at second line center, but I really also enjoyed that Shen, Joseph, Holloway line tonight. I thought they played really good. Kapanen fit well with the fourth line. I thought he played pretty good. What I like about Kapanen's game is he kind of uses his speed and he just shoots. He doesn't care. He just shoots. And sometimes that's what we need. Who knows what happens? Sometimes it goes in the net. Dokes is playing around on Goku right now, but I thought Kapanen did good. Shen, Holloway, and Joseph played well. Even Neighbors looked great. He was puck possession monster tonight. Zachary Bolduc was even throwing a couple hits. He was looking pretty good too. It's just everyone's looking really good, and I can't wait until we're fully healthy. I think we may have too many guys on our roster who are NHL ready. That's just going to be weird when playoffs come, because what's going to happen? Are we going to sell these guys, or are we going to hold on to them? Because I think some of these guys deserve more playing time. Like Scott Perunovich, I think, deserves more playing time. Nick Leddy, obviously, will get his playing time, but I do like Pierre-Olivier Joseph. I like Matthew Kessel. I think he's good. Texier deserves time. Saad has been good enough for time. It's just going to be tough. But who knows what's going to happen down the line. That's going to be all for me tonight. It's kind of getting late. Got to go back to the house I'm dog sitting for and just chillax, play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and grind that shit. Until Saturday, I'll catch you guys then. Deuces. Oh, I pressed steaming. Oopsies.